In today's class, we'll be learning how to make corsets on a lace. So you already have your off-shoulder bustier, which I have taught you, and then you place it on. This is the doll face. So we're cutting out the doll face. This is the center front. Then we'll cut out the sides next. Remember, we are cutting out about 3 layers of clothes: the doll face, the lining that you use to turn the doll face, and then the fabric itself, that's the lace itself. Make sure everything you're cutting on the wrong side. Don't cut on the right side, cut on the wrong side as the back of the cloth, of the fabric. So this extension is for the extra length because I want this lace to come all the way to the hip. So that's why we are doing extra length extension. We're making it extended all the way down. Okay? Watch carefully. This is the arc, bust arc. This is the across chest, what you can call across chest. That is 7 inches, depending on how low you want it. For size 8, across chest is 7 inches. Size 8 to size 10. Size 12, across chest is 8 inches. So once I get my across chest, because I know that the neck of this cloth is still coming all the way down to almost 10 inches. 9 inches. Let me just say 9 inches. So after cutting your doll face, you place the pattern of the doll face you have cut on the lace. After cutting out the lace, you still place that pattern on your lining. So you are cutting 3 equal parts of this same fabric. So this is the first job you do. Cut everything out and label them so you don't make mistake. See? I'm placing them together, the ones that are together, I'm placing them together. So you have 3 of each. That's for the upper body. And this upper body is just for the front. You need 3. For the back, you need just the lace and the doll face. You don't need the lining for the back. The lining we need for the front is just because of the padding we'll be doing. And you know, lace, you can't just pad and leave it open. So watch carefully, do not make mistakes. Good luck as you learn. Just watch carefully. Okay. Now we're about to trace out the under bust. This is the under bust line. Mark it out. I want to teach you how to shape in your bustier, your off-shoulder bustier. This is how to make that mark. If you are using this method, there are other methods. Please do not get confused. Okay. So that is the under bust. We want it to start from 3. This is a size 14. This dress we are making is a size 14. So that is 3 inches, 3 inches. That is where the breast will start lapping from. Okay. We have not gotten to nipple to nipple. Nipple to nipple is up here, up at the center, as you can see. So you rule that line out. Rule it out so you can see it clearly. Okay. So the under bust is 14 inches length. Then we are ruling that line to meet the nipple to nipple point, which is 10.5. This size 14, I am using 10.5. I'm not using 11 because of the kind of bust we have here. It's not, the bust is size 40. Size 40. Roll it out. So for the across chest, I'll be using 3 inches. Okay. You could use 2 3/4 or 3 inches depending on what you are trying to achieve. After this we'll still trim it all the way down. And for the bust point to bust point, that's nipple to nipple, I'll be using 4 inches, 4 inches, and 4 inches. Okay, so use your French curve and rule this out just like this. Yeah, be careful while you're ruling it out. Next thing is to sew. You see, this is your lace. So next thing to do is to line your padded doll face to the lace. Okay, and then rule out the line for sewing just like this. We've already done this with the black one. Then this is how you join it together so that you can sew it out. So next thing you do is to sew it out just like this. Sew here, sew the second side just like this. Okay, so let's join it together. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't really do sewing videos, but I do sewing videos just to give you an idea of what you should be expecting, what you should be looking out for. This is how you join the second side. So you can see I used white and I used black because it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, every of this thing will still be inside because we are using a last layer, which is lining, to cover it up, and it doesn't affect the front or the back in any way. So let's do this. You notch when you're done, you notch sides, and then you trim out the excesses. Okay, so you roll it out just like this. Next thing, use your ball to press it out. Press it until it is very smooth. So this is our finished look. Turn it over to the middle, and then from your middle measure 1/2 inch on the left, 1/2 inch to the right. So we are preparing to cut out our corset cup. This is one method you can use for your corset. There are lots of other methods. This is just one method you could use if you don't really know how to pattern draft your corset from beginning to the end. You could use this freehand method. At your bust point to bust point, you measure 1 inch to the left and 1 inch to the right, just like in picture. Then you use your French curve to rule it out. You can watch this more than once if you don't get it at the initial watch. So carefully place your French curve just like so, and then rule it out. This will give you a perfect cup, 2 perfect cups. Alright guys, so this is our finished look. When you're done with this, make sure you press them together, like the upper part and the lower part. Press them together and trim it out. Before trimming it out, label these left and right. So you can see R1, that's right 1, that's the one in the middle, and R2, right 2, that's the other side. Then we have L1, L2, that's the one on the left breast 1, left 2, that's the meaning. All right, so let's go on. So this is the second breast, and this is how you trim it out. Don't go too deep. Don't go deep. Don't go deep for any reason. So join the breast together like this. The middle will be adding everything and the sides. So you will do the same thing to the lining parts. Cut it out and then we are ready to join everything together. You're going to be joining lining to lining, and then you'll be joining the lace to the lace, and just watch carefully and learn. So basically I want to add velvet to my lace, to the breast cup part. I want to add the velvet to it. So this is how I will do it. I loosened the middle out. I was loosening out one middle, one right, one left, and all of that. And then I'll fix everything back. You can see, just like this. Pin them together. Then I will trim out stay. Instead of using cup, I used paper stay for the breast cup. Then you join. Next thing to do, you join it on the same line that you loosened out. The same way you loosened it out, that's the same line you have to join it. Make sure this does not shift at all. So this is the finished look. These are the small lines, tiny lines that I'll be using for the center, just for the design basically. So I've already ironed out stay on this velvet, and then we are ready to sew it in. So first thing to do is rule out your lines. Make sure your lines are equal. Left on the right, make sure they're all equal, and we are ready to sew it on the face. Basically you sew it around the whole face, and then now I'm about to trim out the neckline. Okay, I always leave excess so it will be easy to manipulate when it's time to trim it out. So at this point we had covered it with lining, and then it's time to trim out the shape. Add your 1/2 inch for joining allowance. You would notice I actually added an extension up, like a yoke. So it's the same way you do your illusion bustier, that you will do this. That tutorial is for another day. So this is the back. Okay, like the back is very deep, and these are the lines for our corset. Once you are done, attach boning. Make sure to leave about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch up and 3/4 inch down, so as to give it allowance for sewing. You can't sew on the boning.